10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. How's it going? Wait, we got one more. We got double intro. We got to do this one.
Let's go raise the stakes. Let's go raise the stakes with AT and Kerry L-E-T-T-T. Let's go. Oh.
Yes. I was getting in trouble, JT. Oh, whoa. This is it's gonna loop forever. I was getting in trouble, JT, last week in one of my videos. Quite a few of my videos. I keep doing the Dr. Barry finger. But in the meantime, and we can talk about this in today's episode, I have explicit permission in person from the man himself to do the Dr. Barry finger. So there you go.
You know, if that's all you got out of the trip, that alone was worth it.
100%. The one picture I got with him at the end. Here's one of the things that happened, and we can jump into the video. But we interviewed Dr. Barry for Healing Humanity. JT's got the shirt on. Shout out. It was incredible. It was just amazing. And then afterwards, we're like, can I just grab a little bit of your time? I want to do a rapid fire. The man's very busy. Just a real quick. We're going to sit down in 2 chairs, and I'm going to present to you, Dr. Barry, all of the arguments against carnivore diet that us new carnivores get from our friends and families and well-meaning grandmothers. So he's like, yeah, let's do it. And then right when we sat down, the first one I presented, I was like, Dr. Barry. I was like, oh, oops, I'm doing it again. And I just said to him, I was like, listen, everybody loves Dr. Barry, except my family. They're a little sick of Dr. Barry. I told him this. I'm like, constant Dr. Barry videos on my TV 24 hours a day. The girls are like, it's enough now. And then I said, Dr. Barry, they're sick of me because I keep doing the Dr. Barry finger you have in your thumbnails. And he was cracking up. He started laughing. He thought it was really funny. And the really cool thing was, at the end, I got some pictures maybe we could show later, but at the end, I did a little selfie with him. He's like, no, let's do it right. Put your finger up. So we both put the fingers up. I got just an awesome picture with Dr. Barry. I got a big smile on my face still. What an experience. I know I've said it before, but I don't know if I would have started Carnivore if not for Dr. Barry, because I thought it was absolutely insane, and I needed that reassurance from a doctor. The individual stories were great, but having it from a doctor, one where I watched 100 Dr. Barry videos. It wasn't just one video I watched either, where I'm like, man, this guy knows his stuff. This is common sense. He's getting into facts and science, but really when you get down to it, it's just common sense. But I don't know if I would have started it without him, and I hear that from a lot of people. So it was such a blessing. So humbling to be able to meet him and shake his hand and thank him and interview him for the documentary.
How did it go?
It was incredible. You have expectations going into it, and not to put pressure on Dr. Barry. The expectations were high because he's Dr. Barry, right? We're like, Adam and I were like, he's gonna knock it out of the park. Why are we? If we could set the cameras up, we could go for a walk in the woods and come back, and he's gonna knock it out of the park. So the expectations were high. He exceeded all of our expectations. We were like jaws dropped by the end of it. Like, this is going to change so many people's lives and inspire so many people. I don't have to say it. Everyone knows, obviously, he's Dr. Barry, but he just has a way with words, a way of breaking things down, a way that when he's done speaking, you're just like, of course, of course. This is just common sense. Like, why are we overcomplicating things? He knocked it out of the park from every angle on the documentary part, and then just sitting down. So you guys, this is the exciting part, JT. Now I have this amazing footage for the documentary. We can't share it with you because it's going in the documentary. We've had this conversation before, so it sucks for me because I want to share it so bad. Well, it's going to come out, and you guys are going to see a clip of it in our torch, our prototype that's coming up. But also, we did the video. We did a video for YouTube, and I believe I'm probably going to drop that one tomorrow. Part of it's going to be on my channel, and then the other part of it's going to be on the Healing Humanity YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel for Healing Humanity. We haven't posted much to it yet. So you guys are going to see some Dr. Barry from our encounter with me and Adam that we filmed. Was it yesterday or the day? It all happened so quick. I drove all the way down there on Tuesday. It was like an 11-hour drive. We filmed Dr. Barry Wednesday, and then we left yesterday morning. So it was just like boom, boom, boom.
How long was the drive for you?
11 hours.
Wow.
But I started doing it. I hate
Mic is
driving.
clipping a little bit, Kerry.
What's that?
I guess your mic is clipping a little bit. They said.
Oh, here we go. Is that any better?
I guess it's a little loud.
I'll talk. It's too loud. Oh, okay. How's that? Test, 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 test.
Yeah, it's much.
I think it was just me being too loud.
11 hours though. That's nuts, man. That's
Yeah, I hate driving too. Emma was gonna go with, but couldn't get out of school, and it would have been so great if Emma could have came with. That was a little disappointing, but I was thankful for the ride. I listened to a book on tape on the way there, Collective Illusions by Todd Rose. That was fantastic. I listened to a bunch of podcasts on the way back. Avoided a tornado that touched down in Wisconsin yesterday. That was right on my route, so that was kind of crazy. But
yeah, I saw it. I was like, man, I gotta text him and
right,
drive safe. I said, this is getting nuts.
Getting crazy out there. How's your week been?
Man, it's been good. It's been real good. I ordered Dr. Kiltz's book, The Fertile Secret, and I'm looking forward to reading that. It should be coming later today or tomorrow. But that was something I just did. And you guys hear about this guy on TikTok called the Liver King? Have you heard about him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just heard about him. I was reading an article, and I guess he does the grass-fed beef liver capsules. You know, he's got a supplement thing where he takes he makes liver capsules, and he says that's one of his things, I guess.
Yeah, he was in the news a while back. He was promoting eating liver and meat and everything like that, and he's just ripped. And but he kept claiming that he never took steroids or something. And then there was some big breaking revelation that he was totally hopped up on a bunch of steroids. And people are like, "Dude, you're lying to us."
Come on, bro, man, don't do that to us, man.
Right?
I didn't know that.
Am I thinking of the right? Yeah, Adam said he owns Ancestral Supplements. All right.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Hopefully you guys can hear me okay now. My goodness, I have the worst audio issues. I don't know what the deal is. I upgraded my mic and everything, and it's weird. Like when I switch between YouTube and StreamYard, it's always off. I was checking. Yeah.
This is who I was talking about, you guys. He's I guess he's the Liver King. I guess he even eats it raw sometimes. What he says. All right. Just so people could put a face to who I was talking about.
Yeah. Wow, we're getting a lot of comments. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys have some questions for us, put them in the sidebar. We got the carnivore wheel we're going to spin. I was just
carnivore today. Let's go.
Talking carnivores. Just chatting to Jeff DeProsperous. He's doing well. He's thinking about doing a weekly episode, like chatting with friends kind of thing. So that's pretty awesome. Exciting stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can I share this video of this vegan going to the carnivore diet?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let me show you guys this. This is an article that popped up here on the New York Post here. I want to show this one to you guys. Let's check it out here.
I eat on a high-fat carnivore diet. For breakfast, I have my coffee with some butter, of course, 4 eggs, baked bacon, and for dinner, I have a ribeye with some wild-caught shrimp made in butter, and to top it off, add some more butter. I eat a high-fat diet. Saturated fats are essential building blocks for every cell in our bodies. Fat is healing, boosting bone, organ, and immunity health with its antimicrobials and numerous vitamins. We are made of fat, and our hormones depend on fat. Without fat, our quality of life suffers.
Love that. It's all about the fat for sure.
That's on the New York Post, man. You know, so the diet is it's starting to make its rounds.
That's awesome.
That's pretty positive news.
Yeah, good stuff. Awesome, man. We're getting a lot of comments too. So we got the carnivore wheel we can spin a little bit later. I've got. Man, they're telling me to fix my sound. Is my sound still bad?
It's better than it was.
Man, everything seems like it's perfect. What am I, too loud, too quiet? What's the deal? Test.
There you go.
We'll spend the first 20 minutes just fixing my sound. I apologize, guys.
How's that, guys? Give us put a thumbs up or good to go, or put a let's go if that sounds better.
I've got a few behind the scenes shots from Dr. Barry. I don't know if we want to show those now or not.
You want to show those at the end?
Yeah, maybe we'll show those at the end.
I
And
think that'd be great content to leave for right for the end. And let's do a carnivore roll call too. Where are you guys watching from? Me and Kerry are in Wisconsin. Okay, we gotta let's go. So it's sounding better.
all
Yeah,
right.
carnivore roll call, man. Where are you guys watching from?
Well, while they're saying that, man, JT, Tennessee was beautiful.
Yeah,
I
I've never been to that state. Not
I
yet.
didn't
Not yet.
was it pretty nice here in Wisconsin the last couple days?
Oh man, dude, all the snow was melting. The dogs actually wanted to be outside, when they use the bathroom, because when it's certain coldness, the dogs just like they're like, oh man, come on.
Nope.
But yeah, no, it was in the breeze too. And then we got a bunch of like it was crazy having a thunderstorm this early in the year.
Right.
So that was kind of wild last night. And yeah, it was nice though. And me and William were looking out the window, and every time the lightning flashed, he went,
Wow.
I was
Awesome.
like, yeah, wow.
Nice. Yeah, I left here, Wisconsin, Tuesday morning at like 4:35 a.m. The snow was crunching. You could see my breath. I was freezing. I got in the car, turned the heat on, drove to Tennessee, and then by the time I got there in the afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, it was 60 degrees, and it was like fall in Wisconsin. There's no snow on the ground, leaves on the ground.
It
Yeah,
feels like spring now, man. It really
Tennessee was
does.
beautiful, just beautiful.
So I don't know how many more of those walks in the snow you're gonna get videos this year.
Yeah, what are we in February now? I still got snow on the ground here, but yeah, a bunch of it melted by the time I got home. I was home late last night.
Most of my snow is gone. There's not much left. Maybe a couple inches, like just enough, like one spot. Okay,
Yeah,
we got Minnesota, Minneapolis, Finland, Canada, England, Carolina. Let's go, California, Valley. I've never been there. Minnesota, Nevada, Sheboygan Falls. What's up, Sarah? Texas, Beth. Man, I love just seeing where all the carnivores are at, man. Like that should just hype you guys up, man. We're all over the place. Southern Cali, Australia, Down Under, Maca Blondie, Make a Blondie. Hopefully I said that right either way. Yeah, and just an interesting poll that I did on my channel. I asked, and I'd want to, if you guys could let me know too. Um, I'm just going to ask you here right now. Does your family eat a carnivore diet? Put in the chat yes or no. I'm just curious because it on my channel, about 100 votes, 62% said no, that their family does not eat a carnivore diet, and I thought that was kind of sad, man. Kind of a shame. A lot of people are saying in the comments, I wish my family did. I wish they supported me. So hopefully that's a number we can focus on in the future and get that number up, right, Kerry?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough with the family. At one point, my entire family was carnivore, all 6 of us, but then it fluctuated all around. It's going up and down a lot. I'm always 100% carnivore.
They're
I
doing the
can't.
Paul Saladino.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, yeah, adding in some stuff. I guess he changed his name too. They said online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from it was Carnivore MD to Paul Saladino MD.
Mm.
So
Yeah, like my daughter Lily had such great success on carnivore. And then she got after like 60 days, she's like, I'm gonna reintroduce some things. And I'm like, you're an adult, you could do what you want. That wouldn't work for me. I gave her my best advice. She did it and then just slowly kind of fell off. And now since then, she's been going on and off and on and off. But right now, good news is she's been pretty strict now, I think for about a week or so.
which
Uh
girl is this?
my oldest Lily, the one that she's never in the YouTube videos. But she's fired up about it. She's like, I just got to stick to it. I'm like, my problem. I told her, I said, my problem, Lily, is I can't moderate a little. I can't just be like, oh, I'll have a little berry here or there. I'll fall off the rails just like you did. So some people can't moderate. They don't have a dial. They have a switch.
Now, when I was there, she took your ribeye and she put it away for later. How does she heat hers back up? Does she put it in the air fryer so that like because I've never seen someone not want the ribeye fresh. So how
I
does she
know.
like it?
Drives me insane too because it's so good fresh.
I
Uh,
know.
the air fryer, definitely. That's been our go-to, and a
Does she
lot of
put
times,
butter on it or anything, or just throws it in there?
a little bit of butter sometimes, yeah. Depending on the steak, if it's a ribeye, maybe not. If it's strip steak, maybe some butter, but, I'll usually cook them like, I have a good routine going on Carnivore, and I've never had routines my whole life. Usually on Monday, I go shopping, get the meat, and then on Tuesday, I'll smoke up a bunch of ribeyes or whatever I'm gonna be eating, and I'll cook them lower than I'd want or more rare than I would eat,
Mhm,
because the ones I don't eat today, I'll then put in the fridge, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever, I'll take them out of the fridge. They're more rare than I'd want, but I put them in the air fryer to warm them up. It cooks them a little bit, and then they come out pretty perfect,
mm.
doing it that way. The problem is sometimes I'll go in there and they'll be gone because Lily will have taken one from me, or Emma or Lily will snag one from me. But
It's worse things, right?
yeah, yeah. My thing with the girls too is even if they're not 100% carnivore all the time like I am, even if they're 70% carnivore, that's
Better than
100% better than what they were doing before. So
nothing. I'm sure they probably feel a little bit better than they did before. If I had to guess.
absolutely. Yep. And they have, I always say, if they fall off the wagon, they have this in their toolbox. I didn't have this in my toolbox when I was their age. When I was in high school, I got heavier and heavier. And then when I got out of high school, started getting depression, anxiety. I wish I had this just to go like, oh, maybe there is one option I haven't tried yet. Just putting the proper fuel in my body. So
So I'm glad to see it on the New York Post that they're talking about it. Certain like outlets like that, they've got a big voice, and it's about time they start at least showing our side, even if they don't 100% support it. It's nice to at least let people know like that option's out there.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's nice too when individuals, someone you know, so like with the girls, they seen it that I've had success with it with mental health issues. So it's a tool that I tell them like you can't unring this bell now. You can't unlearn this information. You'll have this the rest of your life now. So if something ever happens, at least you'll know. But they all feel better when they eat this way. So I'm just being patient with them. But they're doing pretty well. Emma's been the strictest of them all, other than a slip up here or there. Lily's pretty much back on it, so we'll see.
And how's Jen doing with keto?
She's doing great. She's slowly trying to get more ketovore, but she just has this crazy meat aversion. It drives me nuts.
Even
But
for bacon?
even for bacon, that drives me insane. Yeah, for bacon. How? It doesn't make sense. She's never really tried it either. She told me before, JT, she's like, I had bacon before, I didn't like it. And she was talking about the artificial bacon bites that you put on a salad. Like that's not even real bacon. You can't judge our beloved bacon off of artificial bacon bites you get in a grocery store. Those aren't
Yeah.
legit. But she's doing really well. She's taking baby steps, which is what she should have done the first time. She's doing it now. It's going pretty well.
Quick bacon, just a quick bacon question for you. Do you like your bacon crispy or floppy?
Yeah, great question. Here's my political answer. In between crispy and floppy.
A little
No,
PC, man.
I used to real crispy, and then when Adam and I filmed Maggie, she was real floppy, like to the point where I was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. Like she was like, when you overcook the bacon like that, you're getting rid of the nutrients and the
Yeah.
good stuff in there. So hers was floppy, but when I ate it, it was good. It was almost like eating a piece of ham or something. It
Hmm.
was still cooked, but floppier. So I've been kind of in between since then. Sometimes I just overcook it a little bit in the air fryer, but Adam said, I like my bacon flipsy.
Flipsy? Oh, there you go.
Little floppy, little
I like
crispy,
that.
flipsy.
Floppy and crispy. Me too. Like it's got to have like some parts that are kind of softer, like the fat parts, and then the little part that's meat. I like a slight crisp on there, but otherwise nice medium flipsy. A flispy. Sorry, flispy. I like that.
Speaking of bacon, one of the challenges going out to Dr. Barry, especially on an 11-hour car ride. Luckily, shout out Jen. She hooked me up. She made me a power bowl with some amazing bacon. And I brought it with in the car, and I just pulled over about 6 hours into the ride. I just ate it cold. It was actually really good cold. It was scrambled eggs, ground beef, and some flipsy bacon. It's delicious. And
Flispy bacon.
I stopped at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I got an order of wings with no sauce, just crispy. They cook it in beef tallow, so it's pretty darn clean. That was pretty good. And then on the ride back, stopped at the McDonald's drive-through. I did a Jeff DeProsperous. I did a little short. I was like, this one's for Jeff
Sorry, eh?
DeProsperous. I apologized as I pulled up to the drive-through,
Good
and I
on
was glad I did because they were so confused. Like sometimes they're like, yeah, a la carte, whatever. This I don't know if this is a new employee or what, but she's like, I gotta go ask my manager on this one. I don't know how to do a plain burger patty. I got 6 burger patties plain. So
It's
those are,
tough, man. When you make things like when you want less of something, they're like it kind of complicates it for them. They're like, "What do you mean you don't want pickles, lettuce, buns, tomato?"
right. You gotta have that. Those vegetables are so good for you. What are you doing?
Mm.
Speaking of so good for you vegetables, I want to share a moment from the Dr. Berry encounter that was just one of the many bangers and one-liners. It was incredible. And you guys got to stay tuned because this video where he says this, it's going to be on the Healing Humanity website. I think I'm going to put part of it on my channel just because that's where everyone goes. And then I'm going to put part 2 on Healing Humanity because we really want people to subscribe. Healing Humanity has a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. So we're going to start posting to it more. But here's one thing Dr. Berry said. I said, you know, Dr. Berry, I did this video that really fired people up like a month or two ago where I said, I'm never eating fruits or vegetables again. And in that video, I said, salad, it's so good for you. That's what people keep telling me. It's just so good for you. And I'm like, I don't think it's that good for you as people say. They're like, it's just so amazing for you. I said that to Dr. Barrett. He's like, yeah, dude, I agree with you. Salad is basically, or he said lettuce is basically crispy water with glyphosate all over it. I was like, that's the coolest way I've ever heard anyone say it. Salad is just crispy water. I'm like, can we make a t-shirt out of that or something? I love that. Crispy water with glyphosate
Here
all
you go,
over it.
Kerry. I'm about to hit it. Boom, 145. I'm the 145th subscriber.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
You guys go to Healing Humanity right now and subscribe because when this movie comes out, ooh, you're gonna want to have all the lowdown on what's going on with trailers and events and stuff. So you're gonna want to subscribe here. So it's at 144. So let's hopefully that goes up, you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you subscribe too, because like I said, that Dr. Barry video is dropping tomorrow. And then Adam and I did a video talking about the documentary and the motivations behind it and sort of the next steps. So all of the really good behind the scenes filming the documentary stuff, it's all going to be over there on Healing Humanity. Crunchy water with glyphosate. Yeah. I just love that. Dr. Barry, he had so many just little one-liners like that. Hey, speaking of awesome people, shout out Jeff, Blessings on My Journey, another great YouTube channel to follow, listening while he's driving home from his naturopath. Jeff, Dr. Barry, we got to share some of Jeff's footage with Dr. Barry, and of course, he loved it.
Like that.
He loved it. Yeah. You have a big fan in Dr. Barry, Jeff, and we're hooking it up. Jeff was talking to Dr. Barry before about doing a video with him.
Nice, you're up to 151 now, buddy.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Oh, guys.
Where to join Healing Humanity. Yeah, it's I should add that to the description. I think it's in the description. I don't know if I added it to this one. But do you still have it open, JT? You can go to healinghumanity.movie and there's all the links are there as well.
That up?
No, here, I'll just post this in the chat. You guys can go here. Someone was asking in the chat. Someone said, Kerry, please tell me step by step how to be a paid member. Well, below
desktop.
Yeah, desktop is the way. It's trickier on iPhone. If you go on desktop and you click on any one of my videos, underneath it, there's a little join button. You click the join button and it'll give you the options right there.
Even on the main on the main home page of his channel, if you just go on to YouTube, go to Homestead House YouTube channel on a desktop, and then there'll be a big join button by the subscribe button.
Yeah. Shout out Carnivore Stan at Healing Humanity Movie.
Yep.
Is the one.
At Healing Humanity Movie.
And just speaking of the members real quick, huge thank you to all the members. Like Adam and I, when we filmed Dr. Barry, it was to the utmost quality. We bought new equipment finally, because the big thing with filming a documentary is the composition and the lighting. And professional lighting is very expensive. We were renting a bunch of the stuff. Thank you to the members and people that have donated to the GoFundMe. We purchased all of the lighting we needed, and we had Adam, man, he knocked it out of the park. We had an incredible lighting setup. But for the members, I did several members only content while we were out with Dr. Barry. So if you're not a member, you're missing out on some of that stuff. We did a behind the scenes video. We do a members only live stream every Thursday, except for yesterday because I was driving. I tried to do it in the car, JT, and it didn't work out. It started. I forgot to make it members only, so there like 150 people jumped out. I was like, whoa, did I get a lot more members? And then because I was driving and I was in the backwoods of Kentucky at the time, it just kept dropping off. But every week, other than yesterday, we do a members only live stream as well. So you get behind the scenes stuff if you become a member, and every penny goes to the documentary. So we really appreciate it.
Let's go. We got to get this movie made.
Yeah, shout out to JT, Adam. Lots of folks are getting members. Carnivorous Grandma, Robin Heron, she just started memberships too. So Adam's got some behind the stuffs too on his channel, Carnivore Today. Go check that out.
It's
Members
exciting,
only
man,
stuff
when you
is
get that exclusive content. You know, YouTube's already cool enough, but like all these new features just make it a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of JT, I'm glad you said that because it reminded me the other feature, and I did this as well. I did a video, just the commuting to Dr. Barry, and then at the end of it, you get to see Dr. Barry walking in the door. No clickbait, no clickbait. I even said on the thing, me commuting to film Dr. Barry. I had a couple of people that are like, we want more Dr. Barry. Well, I'm like, well, that's the next one. I told you this is me commuting to Dr. Barry. Anyways, at the end of the video, Dr. Barry walks in. The next video will be with Dr. Barry. But that video and future videos I'm dropping, this is a new feature on YouTube, a newer feature. It goes out to the members first. And I think I'm going to do it maybe 24 hours earlier. So if you're a member, you get to see the video first. And then sometimes I only do videos that only the members see. But other videos, basically what I'm saying is most of my YouTube videos going forward, I'm going to do members first and then everyone else later. So you get early access.
Early access, man. That's right up my alley, man. Movies or anything, early access. It's all about that early access.
Right. Yeah. I hate like selling this, like, oh, become a member. But like I said, I don't get a penny of any of that. It all goes towards the documentary. It helped fund this trip to film Dr. Barry. It's going to help a lot of people out. I can't wait to share more, but the torch is the next big thing. The reason we went to film Dr. Barry, we filmed Dr. Barry. And then after all of that work, we filmed myself. And those two are the missing puzzle pieces to our torch, which is our prototype for the documentary. It's going to be 10, 15 minutes long. We're going to be working on that next with editor John, who's amazing. He's a talented cinematographer. The guy's amazing. So he's going to take everything we have, put that in there, including the Dr. Barry stuff. And we are going to be able to share that with the world. So you guys will be able to see some clips of Bill, Jeff, Maggie, and Dr. Barry that no one else has seen before. So looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I'm excited, man. I cannot wait to see the Torch trailer. I'm sure everybody else is just excited as I am. Nice new member here, Kevin Wilson.
Shout out Kevin. Kevin's awesome. I had him on the channel a while back.
Let's go, Kevin. Have a great Friday, man.
Homestead How. Dr. B was talking about how awesome the quality is in the PhD community. Oh, yes. He said that when he was there. I hope Adam sees that one. Dr. Barry was kind of impressed with their setup. I guess he didn't know what he was getting into. We didn't either. But when he walked in, he was like, whoa, this is like the setup. I'll show some of these pictures later, but I'll just show you guys one real quick.
Give us a sneak peek.
I'll give you a sneak peek here. I'll give you two, and then we'll watch some more at the end. But this is what Dr. Barry walked into. Dr. Barry, shoot, boom. Can we see that? Okay, yeah, there we go. So there was that's Dr. Barry's chair right there, but it's kind of hard to see in this camera. It doesn't do it justice. This light right here in the upper left, there was two more lights, one above my head on the right and one off screen. And then there's three cameras there. The cinema grade Netflix approved camera in the middle, another cinema grade Netflix approved camera we had to rent. And then over here on the left, there's a slider. There's a camera we had on a slider that's sliding back and forth. So, yeah, and then here's one more. That was right when Dr. Barry got there and sat down from the other angle. You can see some of the other lights and stuff like that. But yeah, he walked into basically a studio. But he mentioned too, and we showed him a little bit. I'm like, I can't wait to share this with you. So that's pretty cool that he mentioned it in the PhD community. He also he's like, what can I help with afterwards? And we're like, we need more participants for the documentary, particularly around women's health, fertility, um, women that have had endometriosis, things like that. So he reached out to his group coaches as well, and say, if you have any incredible stories you want to share in the documentary, we have hundreds of people that have also submitted their stories. We're still going through all those with the volunteers, but he was helping us out with that as well, which was we really appreciated for sure.
That's awesome. Telling you, man, the right moves are being made, and this is gonna be just one heck of a movie, man. Telling
One one thing that Adam said that I really loved and resonated with me, because JT, I would have been terrified. I wouldn't have done it. I would have crashed my car or something. Oh, I got to go film Dr. Barry. Like, what am I going to do? I had no, my anxiety was so bad my whole life. That type of thing, like of all things, like how could I be any more anxious for something like that? I had no anxiety at all. It was incredible. I'm so thankful for that. And the thing was, Adam said this, and I really believe it. It's like this is so much bigger than me and Adam. And I even realized this before, and this isn't any disrespect to Dr. Barry because he's the biggest of the big, but this is bigger than Dr. Barry. It's all about these individual stories. It's about Jeff DeProsperous' story and his need and want to get that story out to the world and the importance of his story. So it's so much bigger than us now. As Bill Knott says, it's just providence. Adam and I are like, we're going to work our butts off. We're going to do the best job we possibly can, but that's all we can do. The rest of it's just providence, and it's just being a conduit for these stories. And it's like I said with Dr. Barry, his story is incredibly important too. So it's like, it's not about me or Adam or the documentary. It's just set the camera up, do the best job we can, and then be a conduit for these stories. So that's kind of how I approached it. And when you approach it that way, what do I have to be anxious about? You know, it's just it's just going with the flow and letting these things happen and unveil themselves. And that's what we're doing. So
that's why it's gonna be such a good film. You know, it's there's no politics going into it and a bunch of other baloney
yes.
like that. You know, this is just it's about the stories and the impact that those stories can be made, and the relatability. You know, the reach on it. It's
I'm so glad you said that too. There's no BS. There's no what am I trying to say here? Almost every documentary, unfortunately, even some of the really good ones, there's some sort of bias or motivation. Now you could say I have a bias to push carnivore for one reason or another, but most documentaries are sponsored by the vegan organizations or some pill they're trying to sell at the end or something. Ours is sponsored by the crowd. It's crowd funded. We're not having a bias. I'm not telling people you should do carnivore, even though I think most people should. You should eat the proper human diet. No, these are just the examples and stories. And long story short, I think that's going to make it incredibly different than most of what other people have seen. It's really hard. It's very, very hard to crowdfund an entire documentary. But
it'll be
we've
worth it though. Though you want something that's privately funded, because that's how it's going to get made properly. Otherwise, as soon as you get somebody with a lot of money, man, they're going to have their own vision, and they're gonna be
Yep.
like, "Well, I paid this much money. I
I
hope you
paid this.
enact my vision." And
Exactly. And that's what's happening with the latest Netflix documentary that came out on the blue zones. Even vegan proponents are like, man, this thing was pretty much bought and paid for. It's like way over the top bias. Even people that support that message are like, wow, this is just too much. So I'm excited for the documentary for that reason too, because it's very, very rare. It's very hard to crowdfund an entire documentary, and we've done it so far, and we're on track to continue doing it. So
and Carnivore deserves its time to shine. You know, it deserves its chance to say, "Hey, this is my story. This is the examples." I feel like all these other diets have had a pretty good shake at things. It's about time Carnivore gets its due.
yeah. Wow, we got some questions here. Let me see. I'm trying to gather all these together.
Let's go. Man, it's Friday, man. Who doesn't love starting these Friday mornings like this and kick off to the weekend?
Shout out, Bella was featured. Also, JT, you mentioned New York Post. Bella was featured in an article on the New York Post. Pop this one up. Of course, the writer didn't agree with her. Oh, we'll have to pull that one up. I don't click on that link. Yeah, JT, the weekends. I used to look forward to the weekends because I hated my job. I hated what was going on during the week. Now I look forward to the weekends because one of my big jobs is running the world famous Montello Theater, and I swear every weekend I haven't gotten bored yet. I'm looking forward to it every single
You
weekend.
know, speaking of your movie theater, when I come out there, I'm putting out the popcorn sign.
Yes. We got
But
it. We got
you wanna tell them?
No, I was gonna say that was a great transition. You tell him. JT's got some exciting news regarding the world famous Montello Theater.
Yeah, I was laying in bed and, being a carnivore, you're up a little later. And I was like, man, what could I do? Something fun, I was thinking about what's a random act of kindness I could do besides you and me, um, cooking, dinner for strangers. I said, man, what if I bought, and you guys too, if you guys want to help me out with this, you're more than welcome to. But I'm purchasing 50 movie tickets so that way when Kung Fu Panda 4, the new Kung Fu Panda movie comes out at movie Kerry's movie theater, the first 50 kids that get through the door, they're gonna get in for free. And I'm also like taking like this little gift bag. There's going to be a Kung Fu Panda action figure. There'll be a little notepad in there where they could journal their night on how much fun they've had. There's going to be a one coloring sheet in there of Kung Fu Panda with like a 4-pack of crayons, and there'll be some stickers. And I think my Gramps, he says I know you guys aren't a big fan of it, but my Gramps wants to pay for each kid to get a small popcorn, which is it's going to be amazing, and if you guys ever, just want to treat some kids, I think the best one of the coolest things I think you could do is buy some tickets at Carrie's theater and say, hey man, these are for the kids, and let them in, let the kids have a good time. And it's also nice too, then you save a couple parents who might, have maybe made the promise to take their kid to a movie, but they're like, man, I'm running a little tight on cash this week. You save them maybe 10, 15, $20 if their kids can get in for free. So it was just something fun. And Kerry, I didn't tell you yet, but I went ahead and I got the Kung Fu Panda suit.
Yes.
So Mario can stay back, and Kung Fu Panda is going to be making its debut, and I think that's going to be cool too. Because I was sitting there, I was like, man, I know this is all fun, it's big, but like, how could I take this to the next level? And I was like, I'm gonna just get the Kung Fu Panda suit, because when they actually come there and they I dressed up as Paw Patrol Marshall, and the kids just they love seeing the Paw Patrol mascot running around, and I said, man, let's do the same thing for Kung Fu Panda. So yeah, it's just something exciting. I'm excited for March 8th on a Friday,
March 8th.
and then I'm gonna leave the suit because when I go home, I'm leaving the suit with Kerry, and his ass is gonna have to jump in the Kung Fu Panda
Next
suit.
2 weeks. We're playing it for 2 weekends too.
Yeah, make sure you stretch. Don't pull a hamstring when you're doing these ninja kicks.
Right. Shout out JT, man. You put a huge smile on my face. That is absolutely incredible. It's we have children that come to the theater. It just blows my mind with school groups. And multiple times this has happened where the teacher said, you know what? This is the first time these kids have seen a movie. It's something we all take for granted. I take for granted. Their parents can't afford to take them to the movie. Or because of COVID, the movie theaters were shut down for a couple of years. They're young kids. They never had an opportunity to go to a movie. So this is huge, JT. It's so nice of you. It's awesome. Um, it's interesting Providence as well, because Jen and I have been doing a Sunday live stream from the movie theater. We've done 3 now. And during the last 2 we were announcing, we want to do something too bigger. Our movie theater, the tickets are just $5. It's half the industry average. We don't make any money on the movie theater. Much like Healing Humanity, it's a passion project. I can't afford to do any more passion projects, JT. I gotta pay the bills. So luckily, I'm fortunate to be in a position with the other businesses and stuff we do. We have our Airbnb, we have our dog kennel, we have our Amazon business. I do website stuff. I'm able to cover these things, but the movie theater is a total passion project. We don't make any money off of it. And we were like, what can we do that's kind of newsworthy, but that's good for the community? And I think we're going to enact it the same day as JT's pay it forward kindness. Jen and I were talking, we want to have senior citizens and veterans come to the world famous Montello Theater forever for free. They don't pay a penny for admission, which is crazy. It's because we get a lot of them. We've done several days for veterans where we completely included them and they didn't have to pay for anything. We have so many seniors that come in and they're pinching pennies, JT. They'll come in with quarters and like count the quarters out. And I'm like, man,
I can't. I'm gonna be donating to your pay it forward thing too, because I think that's awesome, man. Just with someone, and especially the vets, man. And vets and seniors, man. they've held this country together. The vets literally fought for us, and the seniors, they've been around. They were changing diapers and making sure the next generation can come around. So the least we can do to give back is donate what, a couple bucks, and then let them in. $5
Oh,
a ticket. And I forgot to
100%.
mention, I'm making handmade cards. Uh, that I'm gonna write a handmade little handwritten message to all the kids in there, and I managed to get 25 T-shirts that say "Live generously." I couldn't get a full 50, but I got 25, so that way, if any kid needs a T-shirt or something,
It's
um,
awesome.
they can go home with a T-shirt.
That's the coolest thing ever.
Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So,
Anybody can do it. I mean, just buy some tickets at Carrie's movie theater and tell them it's for the kids. And I'm telling you, it makes you feel so good knowing that you just made some parent's day, but you totally made that kid's week, his month. Like he's just like, oh man,
it's
like I
kind of a
get
it's
to do
kind of
that.
addicting, right, JT? It was like when you came out for Paw Patrol, he wore the suit, and I was like, yeah, this will be fun. But afterwards, I was like, no, this was incredible. These kids, you made their day, their whole face lit up. The parents are taking pictures, and then JT left the suit, so I copied him the following weekend. It was the most fun I've ever had running through the theater.
I took a
Wow.
picture of these two twin girls, and I'm telling you, they hugged and squeezed my belly so tight. I was just like, "This is I mean, they really felt like I was Marshall. So the least I could do to sweat in that suit, some
Oh,
really young kid really thinks that they met that character. So I said, "Dude, we're going Kung Fu Panda. It's Kung Fu Pandemonium because I'm
nice.
bringing the suit."
It's gonna be a big movie too. Everyone's looking forward to it. Parents used to watch it. It's gonna be huge.
I,
I
I
just want to
love
say I gotta put a little disclosure in real quick too. When we do these free movies, like I mentioned, for seniors and veterans and the kids, they're all paid for too. People are always like, "Oh, it's your theater. You could just let them in." No, nobody just gets in. That's a huge thing. We have contracts with the studios. We'll get shut down. So when Jen and I are doing this free one for the seniors and veterans forever, we're going to donate $1,000 out of our own money to get the ball rolling. So that'll be 200 tickets. And then we're going to have a thing where if people want, they can pay it forward. When we played Sound of Freedom, we never asked for any of this. When we played Sound of Freedom, people kept coming up afterwards. They're like, $20. I want to play for 4 people, $20. And then other people saw it. People are so good. Deep down, everyone is good. Humans are good. You see a lot of bad stuff in the news and everything like that, but other people saw it. They all started doing it. So they started paying it forward. So that's how we're going to try to support it going forward, because I'm not rich. I can't just pay for everyone. It has to be paid for. But and then we're gonna do a live stream every Sunday, and maybe we're gonna do like a Patreon or something. But if someone like loves the movies and are from California, they want to throw $5 down. Every penny is gonna go towards the pay it forward for seniors and veterans. And the ultimate goal, JT, is this: what if we could just do free movies for everyone? Wouldn't that be amazing? We could
Hey,
just do it like
you
if
got
we
it.
could if we could support it by doing YouTube videos or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, it's a fun idea. And what's the slogan on the movie theater? Place for family and fun. What was it again?
Yes, family fun and fair prices for generations to come.
Absolutely. And I think what better place, man, than the Montello Theater where you get that. And it makes me feel good to know that I'm gonna like it's gonna be, like I said, Kung Fu Pandemonium for at least 50 kids that come through the door. They'll be getting action figures,
And
uh everything, man.
we've got I always get this, and people are like, "You hypocrite, you're selling candy and popcorn and stuff like that," like JT
You have
mentioned.
to, man, when you own a theater.
You have to. I'm trying to get away from it. Hopefully people will change. I don't need any of it, but we have grass-fed beef sticks, and those are always an option. So if the kids come through and they don't want popcorn, they want grass-fed beef sticks. We have these big ones. We have these little mini ones too. They can swap it out, and we also have pork rinds. I'm trying to add more, but there's not a lot of carnivore snacks. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
I'm
are
not
they?
putting no
That's
candy or like in the bags. It's all just like stuff they can draw, write, wear, play with, something where they can use their mind
yep.
in the bag.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I think maybe they'll make some news too. I always call it the world famous Montello Theater. I believe that it's gonna be
Well,
world
how can
famous
you
at some
not,
point.
man? When you tell them Kung Fu Panda's making a appearance, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Along, so you can come get your picture taken with Kung Fu Panda, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. When other movie theaters are sadly all raising their prices, come out to Montello Theater. Not only are the prices lower than everywhere else, you just get in for free. We'll just let you in
Well,
for
that's why
free.
I'm buying so many tickets. They're only $5 a pop, but some parents are really hurting, so that's like a gift to them. So, man, 250 bucks, that gets me 50 tickets, and man, that's 50 smiles.
Yep.
That's 50 smiles, man. And then the parents get to deal with, man, them fighting over action figures when they get home. That's all
Right.
right.
And so everyone that's interested in learning more about this, oh, we'll be doing YouTube videos on this for sure. Jen and I plan to, like, for the seniors and veterans, and of course for JT's big event, that we'll do videos for that. I've done lots of movie theater videos. If anyone's new here, I have a playlist on my channel. We do behind the scenes. We show the whole rush.
I
When
love it.
JT was out, when you were out for Paw Patrol, he's dressed up as the Marshal. That's on the channel. It's on JT's channel too. Some of that. So yeah, if you
And
guys
I
want to
get
watch it, but
almost every semi truck. Get the honk. You guys ever see semi trucks on the road and you
yeah, it was awesome.
make the motion? I had one that I missed. I didn't get because I was like so thirsty. I went back out there and he was just going by, and I tried chasing him down like a dog, but he did not beep. But otherwise, I think, man, I think we got about 98% of vehicles that passed your place beeped.
Yep.
Even from the gas station, they were like,
I was worried JT was going to cause a car accident at one point. People were just, what? Marshall's out
"Let's
there? What's going on?"
go!"
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I guess the last thing I'll say on that is Jen and I are hoping to, going forward, regularly continue that Sunday live stream and then do more behind the scenes stuff. And maybe that can be a way that we're putting in the work. People are watching it. Maybe someone in California, maybe someone in Washington's watching it. And then they want to support a small town theater. If they want to pay it forward for other people, they can do that then. And the videos will keep the momentum going. My number one priority is Healing Humanity, the documentary, but this is something that Jen's passionate about too, and she's going to be working on and doing the
Me too,
videos.
man.
And
I love movies, and to know that I get to treat some kid to a good family, and if you haven't seen the Kung Fu Panda movies, man, they might even make you tear up, man. They've got great storytelling in there with great messages of family and friends, and like fighting for what's right. Like there's a lot of very good messages in the Kung Fu Panda movie. So it's, man, I'm telling you, I cannot wait. That's going to be March 8th, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check.
Yeah, well, JT's double checking. That movie's going to go crazy too, by the way. JT mentioned this before, but a lot of the it's a generational movie. Mario Brothers was like that. A lot of the parents watched Kung Fu Panda, and now they want to take their kids to it. So it's gonna be sold out. I bet you it's gonna sell out. Like,
If you
free
guys
tickets.
are wondering too, if anybody wanted to buy tickets too, you go ahead. It's going to be March 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then the next weekend after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which would be the 15th, 16th, and 17th, Kerry's going to have to. I'll be wearing the suit on March 8th if you guys want to see me jump around in the suit. But otherwise, March 9th, 10th, 15th, 16th, and 17th, Kerry's going to be jumping in the suit. Unless I come back out there.
I get the sweaty version after JT's done sweating it up. Actually, it should be that bad this time, but man, that is a job that goes underappreciated. People wearing those suits, especially, man, you were dripping in sweat. I was too in the
I
summertime.
lost at least 5 or 10 carnivore pounds I've been looking to shed just in that suit. So I think it was a lot of water weight I was holding on to.
Bill Knott has entered the building. Bill Knott, we got to have a sound effect. Bill Knott. Everyone see Bill Knott's video last night. Man, talk about putting a smile on my face. He got the mountain bike, JT. His brother brought the mountain bike into his house. It's sitting right next to his bed.
Now that's motivation. If
that is motivation.
I bet you he's just drooling at the mouth, man, to get on that thing and feel the wind in his hair, man.
It's a beautiful bike too, man. It's like a piece of work. It's something. So I'm so excited for Bill. Awesome video last night, Bill. I really enjoyed that. I got back. I was so tired. I turned the TV. I'm like, what? Bill Knott's on tonight? What's going on? Extra video for everyone. So go check that one out.
That's awesome. Yeah, go check out Bill's videos. And he never disappoints, man.
Never. Oh, Bill, sure. I gotta share this with Bill too. So Bill, Maggie, and Jeff, when we filmed Dr. Barry, I showed them footage from Bill, Maggie, and Jeff because he's the expert. Dr. Barry's the expert. He's going to be commenting on this throughout the documentary. So I had to bring him up to speed and show him some of the footage that we haven't shown on YouTube. Some of the stuff he was saying was just incredible. So I'll have to share that individually with Bill, Maggie, and Jeff. Big shout out from Dr. Barry. He's a big fan of each of you.
That's what's up, man. You gotta love it, man. And this like the magic's just only starting with this movie, man. It's I hope you guys are buckled in, man.
Hey, we got some questions. Here's one from Roman. Would mixing different animals on the same dinner plate cause any concerns, e.g., eating lamb, beef, and pork at the same plate?
No, speaking of Bill, he did bacon wrapped steak fingers. Like, so we take meat and wrap it in other meat when I eat it. So I don't think that would be a problem.
Did you ever hear the turducken?
The turducken, yes. Wasn't that Bill Madden, man? Right? Or Madden, the football guy? He stuffed like
Yeah, like a
turkey in a duck in a or chicken in a turkey or something like that.
right, some ham in it too or
Like
something.
Russian
Yeah,
nesting dolls with animals.
right, everything. Yeah, you should be just fine, assuming you don't have issues with some of those. I mean, some people just stick with the ruminant animals for that reason, but yeah, go for it. Hey, Christmas? Was it Christmas? Christmas, we did it was Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. We just did like a buffet of carnivore. We had chicken, ham, turkey, uh, ribeye steak. So
Now
we
you
did
got
a,
carnivore brats. You guys check out Kerry's video on carnivore
oh
brats. You like
man.
brats? We're from Wisconsin. We eat a lot of brats. My mom's cousin came in. She's from like New Jersey or something, and she's like, "What?" We were at a restaurant. She says, "What's a brat? What's a brat?" Because she saw it on the menu. She's like, "What's a brat?" We're like, "It's not a brat. It's we don't cook, naughty children here. It's a brat, and it's delicious."
Man, JT, next time you're over, I'm gonna make up a batch of 100 of those. I'm
Bro, if
not
you don't send me
exaggerating.
home with a pack of those, I'm gonna be mighty disappointed.
I wasn't like playing it up for the camera. I really thought it would be bland because there's no seasoning. No, like brats, they have so many seasonings and spices. Every year we do a brat party and it's just tons of seasoning. I did nothing. Shout out Bill Knott. He said crush up some bacon. He said maybe some pork rinds. I didn't do the pork rinds, but it was so good. I don't know if it's because I smoked it on the cherry that gave it a little bit more flavor, but
I'm
I,
ready, man. You're making me hungry,
it
man.
was so good. I when I went to Dr. Barry's, I was like, man, why did I bring some of those brats
You
with?
got my mailing address. No. I'll grab some if you got any when I come up there.
We got a question from Layla or Lala. Dr. Endo says I probably have Hashimoto. What effect is I'm carnivore? A bit of falling off has to stop since 1124. I'm going to be carnivore strictly. Florida the Panhandle. I've heard of several people with Hashimoto that have had amazing results on carnivore, eating the proper human diet. It's just, I was asking Dr. Barry about this too. It's like, what doesn't eating the proper human diet fix? It seems
Yeah.
like it fixes everything. So you said that you had trouble falling off. I would commit to it. I get a lot of people saying that where like, I tried carnivore, it didn't work. And then you dig into it and they're like, well, I kind of tried it. It's like you either do or you don't with carnivore. You can't kind of do it. You're either in ketosis or you're not. If you eat a week and it takes you a week to get into ketosis and then you eat a cupcake, well, you could be out of ketosis for another week. So if you do that every weekend, you may never be getting the benefits of carnivore. So do
My
it
aunt
100%.
my aunt tried carnivore and it was hilarious. She would text me photos of her plate and it was like 90% cheese and like the two littlest tiny pieces of like thin sliced deli meat from like a those little plastic boxes that come with this pre-sliced deli meat. I'm like, really? I said, this is the carnivore diet, not the damn cheese diet. So uh and she tried it for 5 days and gave up. So it is what it is. It's not for everybody, but I stick to like lately I've just been literally eating bacon, eggs, and ribeyes. So BER, that's what I'm on right now. Bacon, eggs, and ribeyes. And I'm not really craving anything else. So it's like, I just if I'm hungry for a lot of bacon and eggs, I'm gonna eat that. And if I want a ribeye, I'm gonna have that for dinner. So that's what pretty much I've been eating bacon and eggs in the morning and then ribeye at night. So
Yeah. Why are you yelling? When you put it in all caps, that's yelling, right, JT? Should I yell it? Why are you eating fake McDonald's patties full of seed oil and all over 50 chemicals in it? Okay. I did this.
because he's desperate.
Right. I did the
He was
video.
hungry.
I'm hungry. I did the short yesterday. Man, that fired a bunch of people up. Oh, that's disgusting. McDonald's meat's horrible. McDonald's meat is 100% beef. It's fine. The seed oils, that could be a problem. Every time I do a video, JT, I feel like I have to have this big disclosure where I'm like, I don't do this I don't go to McDonald's every single day and eat it. I was on a 12-hour car ride coming back. I hit up McDonald's.
No, we
There
go
may
to
have been some
Culver's,
seed oils in it. Yeah, Culver's is great.
Culver's, it's cooked
my
all
go-to.
in butter, man. It's cooked all in butter.
Culver's is
Ooh.
my go-to. If you can eat better, there were no Culver's out there in Kentucky where I was. Otherwise, I would have stopped
They
at one of
haven't got
those.
there yet, huh? That's a
Nope,
shame.
but there were some. I was mostly in Illinois on the way down. There were a couple. If I would have held out a little bit longer, but yeah, I had some McDonald's. This I get so many comments though. Like, there's all these chemicals and ingredients and horrible stuff in McDonald's patties. It's literally 100% beef. They may cook it in seed oil. That could be an issue. I agree, but I'm not telling. First of all, I'm not telling you what to do. Don't go to McDonald's ever. Then I don't care. But I was on a
He's
12-hour car
sponsored
ride.
by McDonald's down Kerry.
Right? Yeah. Every time I do a video, I gotta have a big disclosure. Like, why are you doing that? Like now, when I said I stopped eating bacon for 8 days. Oh my
Now that
goodness.
breakfast sausage patty they got, I don't know what's in there.
Yeah, I don't
That I
trust that
can't
one.
vouch for, but the patties, I think you'd be just fine. But if you guys got a Culver's and you've never tried it, ooh, check that out.
Culver's.
That's the one, man, right there. Or it's like you guys have a steak and shake that they have very thin, similar patties to Culver's.
Yeah, JT, Culver's is the ultimate, but we got to get out to that. What is it, Solly's? That
Yes,
butter.
Solly's, man, in Wisconsin here, it is the most buttery burger on planet Earth, man.
JT and I are gonna go there at some point and do a video. We got to do a little review. The most buttery burger on the
It
planet.
runs right down it goes, you got to literally wipe your elbows off.
Right? I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were
And
gonna say they hook you up with an IV with butter on it coming out of the IV.
you should practically, like, and I joked with the lady when she put all the butter on. I said, "You think you could have put you could have put some more on there?" She's like, "Oh, I can." I said, "Sure," like, so and then they put the little top over it. It kind of like has like this sauna butter bath.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
you're getting me hungry, man.
Rick, Charger Mopar, when will Kerry make some Argo videos? I wish I lived closer. I'd fix my Atex and race you. Oh, that'd be fun. Hey, Rick, next time JT's over, we're riding the Argo. Did you see the Argo last time you were here, JT?
I've been wanting to. You said it was broken.
It was broken. My cousin that brought the firewood over when you were here took it back, and he had an Argo guy that fixed it. It's been sitting here. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm so thankful and blessed. My father-in-law gifted us an Argo like 10 years ago. It's like imagine a four-wheeler, but it has 6 wheels. And it's like a little mini tank, and you can take it right into a lake. It's like a duck. It's like the Wisconsin Ducks. You can go on land or water. I've never taken it in the water. So when JT comes, he's going to test it for us and
Let's
take it into the
go.
water. There's some plugs you put
Pond
into
or
it.
something, right? Who's got the pond you and Emma jumped in? We'll run that thing.
Yeah, it's right down the road. We'll drive that thing down the road, ride it
Yeah,
right into the water.
I can swim. I know how to swim. I can do the back float, all that stuff, man. I look
Right.
like a giant bobber out there.
Nancy Chandler questioned what to say to someone who believes meat is addictive and sugar is not. Wow, I've never heard that one.
Meat is addictive. I've been so addicted to everything carnivore. So I can. It's all in your mindset too, though. Like some foods are like more, I think, designed to get you hooked. Like sugars and stuff. That's why it's like even you see like these fruits, like blueberries, raspberries. People are like, well, those are healthy. Yeah, but then when you go down the candy aisle, a lot of the candy is blueberry flavored, raspberry, apple flavored. It's kind of something like when they take like these fruits that are supposed to be good for you, then take them into the sugar candy world. So maybe meat is addictive, especially with butter and stuff. But I don't think it's like designed to be addictive. But I don't. But then again, I don't know because there's been a lot of vegans who've been on my channel and they're like, dude, I was craving meat so bad. So I don't know. I guess maybe you can call meat addictive.
Yeah, that was a question
good for you, though. It's not like something that's bad. Like
That
I
was
get
a-
addicted to giving away movie tickets now.
Right.
That doesn't make it bad, though.
Yeah, sugar is definitely addictive. In fact, that was a question I asked the great Dr. Barry, and well, I think that part will be in the documentary some more. But
Did you cook
Kevin
anything
Wilson,
on the engine, Kerry, when you were driving?
no, I thought about it. I thought maybe warming up
Wrap it in
my
tinfoil
power
and
bowl,
throw it on there. You
right?
got a ribeye, man,
Cook
halfway
some
there.
bacon. Keep pulling over and crisping the bacon up. Shout out Kevin Wilson. He's awesome. He was on the channel. He loved the video response. I did a video on, it was Tucker Carlson did a video about Ozempic, and he had a gentleman on there, and it was incredible, man. He was talking all the stuff we're talking about, eating the proper human diet and how far off we've gotten. This Ozempic stuff is
I love Tucker's
crazy.
face. He was like,
Yeah. This Ozempic paralyzes your stomach so that you can continue eating horrible poisonous foods that were not intended to eat. It's so messed up. But Kevin was asking me in that video, I said I disagreed with the gentleman that was on there. I can't remember his name. Near the end of it, so Kevin's asking, what part of that one did you not agree with? You said there was something at the end you did not agree with, though. I'll watch it fully soon. This is what I didn't agree with. I agree with almost everything he said, but near the end, this gentleman said, I think the way to fix this is the doctors. It's all on the doctors. And while I agree with that to some degree, he was saying the doctors should intervene and say people should eat, a proper human diet and avoid sugar and improve their metabolic health. I believe that's part of the equation, but I also believe that sugar, for the last question, sugar is an addictive drug we're giving to kids. It's normal that we get kids hooked on an addictive drug. That's not the doctors. That has to start at home. That has to start with the parents. That has to be like a whole cultural norm that sugar is just fine. That has to be changed. So that was the only thing I disagreed with him on. I believe like him saying, oh, it's just the doctors have to intervene. That would be like a doctor telling an alcoholic, yeah, you should just stop drinking. Well, what's that going to do if the person's already addicted to alcohol? They already know they should stop drinking. There's only so much a doctor could do. We need to change the fact that sugar is normalized as an addictive drug. That was my disagreement with him. I mentioned it near the end of the video, but a couple people may have missed that or didn't watch it all the way because I had a few people asking, what did you disagree
At
with?
some level, the change has to come from within. Like you can't just rely on other people and or blame people like for your circumstances. Like like yeah, it would help if the doctors were more encouraging people to eat a better, proper human diet. But that doesn't stop those of us who know about the carnivore diet from doing what we know we should be doing. So, but yeah, it would be nice if they promoted it more. So that's what we're trying to get the movie out. We'll change all that. But as soon as you know about carnivore, your ass should be doing what you know is best for your body and what helps you feel good.
Yeah. Angela Taylor, I've just heard someone has stomach cancer and been told he has 5 weeks to live. Should he go carnivore? Please answer.
What can it hurt? Even if you just want to, if it's too late for him and he just wants to have some good ribeyes and feel a bit better, with his time remaining. But you never know; that could be reversed too. God has worked many miracles, and I'm no one to say how long someone's going to live. But sure, man, what at this point, right when you hit rock bottom, what do you can't go any further down. There's only up from here, so why not? What do you say, Kerry?
I would I would say he should do whatever he wants based on his decision. If it were me, 100%, I would do it with everything I know. Why would I continue? Like cancer thrives on glucose and glutamine, glucose from sugar. He should definitely not be eating sugar anymore. And it's pretty hard to avoid sugar unless you're going on a carnivore diet or eating the proper human diet. Um, getting rid of all those, like your body has to fight so hard against that cancer. And when you're putting all this inflammatory food in your body, all this processed garbage, sugars and seed oils and all of this stuff, you're fighting for those resources. You want that entire fight to go against the cancer. So 100%, if it were me, I would be eating the proper human diet. And I would suggest to him maybe watch the video we did. Shout out Jeff DeProsperous. Dr. Tony Hampton. Jeff and I did a couple videos with Professor Seafried, which were great, but some of those are over my head. The one we did with Dr. Tony Hampton, he simplified beautifully. Dr. Tony Hampton's amazing. He put together a presentation on cancer as a metabolic disease with metabolic treatments. And he talks about eating the proper human diet and fasting and all these things you can do. And it's so simple for anyone to understand. So that's on my channel if you want to take a look at that one or send it to your friend. It was Thanksgiving cancer video. If you Google Thanksgiving cancer, it should pop right up. But if it were me, 100% I would. And the told he has 5 weeks to live. Like JT said, I hate it when I hear those things. I know from Jeff and other people, they get told these numbers, and oftentimes the doctors are doing the best they can, but they don't have any idea. They don't have any clue. And
When it comes to feeding sugar, the cancer feeding off sugar, I learned that the only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. And if we're going to keep on eating sugar and things like that when you're sick, you're going to unfortunately be giving more energy to your sickness. So by law, if you cut off that sugar and those carbs and stuff, by law, then you stop feeding that cancer, and by law, it'll die from a lack of nutrients. Just like a plant, if you stopped watering it, it would just shrivel up and die. And that's what we can do with the cancer. It's a natural law we can use that, fortunately, if you know about it. So just hopefully that helps.
Yeah. Say, you know what time it is, JT?
Let us spin the random wheel of proper human diet discussions.
Let's go. Let's spin the wheel.
Ready?
Let us
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
whoa. Big updates.
we want some updates.
Big updates. What are the big updates? I think we kind of shared all of them already. The
Hey,
big
but,
updates.
big updates too is me and Kerry we'll set another date for another cooking with strangers, cooking dinner for strangers video. We just don't have a date to give you guys right now, but
That's a big update. Yep.
big date. That's a big one.
Yeah. Just to recap the other ones, we filmed Dr. Ken Berry. We're working on the torch. That's the big update for the Healing Humanity. We have everything we need. We still have to edit it, color grade it, sound grade it. So it's going to be a little while yet, but that's the big update from that perspective. And I think the other big update JT mentioned, the movie theater project we got going on. That's going to be huge. Kung Fu Panda, March, was it
Yeah,
9th?
and if any March 8th, it's gonna be a Friday. I'll be there jumping around in the suit. If anybody else wants to shoot Kerry a message and buy some tickets for kids that night, so even more kids can get in for free. $250 got me 50 tickets, and my Gramps, he's 93. He said he wanted to pay for all those kids to get a popcorn if they wanted to. No candy. He said he'd only buy popcorn and that's it. So yeah, that's fun. And also too, if you want more of me and Kerry, my video that's dropping here at 11 a.m. right after the podcast, it's me and Kerry. We did a carnivore diet for beginners video, and me and him are just going through and giving our best tips and tricks and talking about some of the pitfalls too, on the carnivore diet. So if you are someone who is kind of new to the diet, and even if not, you just want to go and check out us two knuckleheads in that video and see how we did, go check it out. It's on my channel. It's a carnivore diet for beginners, and that's got us two knuckleheads in it. Your favorite knuckleheads.
I'm looking forward to watching that one. We filmed that one a while ago.
Yeah, and I couldn't get the file, man.
Right. Link to that one. I have JT's channel linked in the description below if you're watching on my channel. So go check that out after this. All right. I'm dying to share some of these pictures. Should we share some Dr. Berry pictures quick?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, there's that Power Bowl. Shout out
That's
to Jen.
Yeah, Power Bowl in the car, nice crispy bacon. That was delicious. I was so happy to have that. She also made me some side bacon too, a little bit of purse bacon, if you will, some full pieces off on the side. This was the Airbnb that we stayed at. Quick story on this, JT. This is crazy.
Was that on a lake?
It was, yeah. So
Ooh.
we weren't trying to like go big time for the purpose of going big time, but we're filming Dr. Berry, and it was all about the setting. And we did it in an Airbnb because it took 7 or 8 hours. Shout out Adam. He's so good at his job, getting the lighting and the cameras and the composition perfect. We had like, there's a reflection off of a picture frame. We're trying to take the glass off. We couldn't take the glass off. We're trying to be respectful. We're sitting here like taping cardboard up on lights, and then the lights are moving around on the windows. I mean, just so everything was absolutely perfect. But yeah, it happened to be on a lake, which was cool. But when we got there, it's like, I'm here. You've reached your destination after 11 hours of driving. Well, it was still like a 5-minute drive down the driveway. The driveway was winding, and it went from a full 2-lane road to a 1-lane road to a dirt road to like a path. And at one point, I'm like, what the heck is this? You go down and it's a creek. I'm like, do I just drive through a creek? Like, I'm in a minivan. What do I do here? So I drove through the creek. I got there and Adam was like, what is going on here? So it was a great Airbnb, but that lady should have really disclosed that you need. And then we were joking. We're like, man, Dr. Berry, and we were saying, he'll probably just come on.
Is this a setup? Like,
right. He's got to go down this long trail. But he was cool, dude. He's from Tennessee. He's like, it's no big deal. We were joking like he's gonna show up on horseback and just giddy up right through the creek. So that was pretty awesome.
Awesome.
That was the Airbnb. That was me and Adam.
And look how excited he is, man.
Look how excited Adam is. That was our dinner. We earned that dinner. That
Shout
was
out to my buddy Adam, man.
That was in Camden, Tennessee, Dr. Berry's hometown. And we asked the waiter, do you know Dr. Berry? And it was someone that had just moved there, and it was their first day. But then later we talked to someone else. You're like, oh yeah, I know Nisha. I went to school with her, and they knew him, so it's pretty cool. And then we asked Dr. Barry afterwards, and he was like, yeah, that's the place to eat in town. There's not that many choices, but that was a
Looks like
good
some
choice.
good. Looks like they didn't cook the mess out of it.
Yeah. Here's the interior with some of the setup. There's some of the light. There's some of the picture frames in the background I was talking about. We're getting reflections on. See that big window up at the top? We
Wow,
had to climb up there with some cardboard and tape that window off because it kept reflecting on here behind Dr. Barry. There's all sorts of little details like that. This was the iPad with all the questions I had for
that
Dr.
should be the members only content, man.
Yeah, there's a video I did members only on some of the.
Crawled up there. Was that you or Adam?
Oh, that was Adam. We found a step ladder. Adam was able to tape it up there.
You little spider monkey, man.
Right.
Luckily you didn't get hurt.
Yep. Here's just the corner. This was kind of cool. Where Adam's like, oh, why don't we use my iPad? And he actually had a stand for the iPad. So I mean, this was a professional interview. I just had my papers and like a clipboard. So that was right before we filmed Dr. Barry. There's from the other angle. From behind, you can see we got the 3 lights. Getting it all set up. Yeah, there's when Dr. Barry sat down for the first time. We were joking too, because this was a crazy thing. We're like, what if he sits down and moves the chair over 2 inches? Like, cause it was like hours lining it up perfectly with his head, with the background, with the light. Like you move it over, it screws everything up. Luckily he did it. We're like, just sit there, sit there and be still. Please don't move the chair. There he is with Adam. That was my dinner. This was afterwards. We filmed some stuff with a teleprompter, which was pretty cool afterwards for the torch part. And this was just as we left. This was yesterday, actually. This is before Adam and I left yesterday. That was me in the car. That was me afterwards. So this was crazy, JT, this picture, because this isn't for the documentary, by the way.
On the set of 60 Minutes, you know?
Exactly. I said to Adam afterwards, I'm like, what am I, like Diane Sawyer or Barbara Walters or something?
Yeah, let's go.
We did the sit down and I was like, I didn't know, like, I wanted to be respectful of Dr. Barry's time, but I'm like, can we just do a quick YouTube video with you? It'll help with the fundraising. We can talk about all of the arguments against Carnivore. He's like, let's do it. So we just pulled these chairs together. We didn't like redo all the lights and everything. It was just real quick, but yeah, we're sitting there chit-chatting. We did. So that video that you see on this picture, the still from, that's going to be on Healing Humanity and my channel probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. That was when he said salad is basically just crunchy water with glyphosate in it. And we were all cracking up. And then this was after, and he's like, hey, you got to put the finger up too. And then there you go. That's my favorite picture of all time. It was
Everybody
so funny.
put your Dr. Barry fingers up.
It was awesome too, because it was his idea. Because like I said, I told him earlier, I was like, my family's sick of me watching Dr. Barry. So he's like, we got to do one for your girls. Put your finger up like this.
And now he's in the movie.
Yes. Guys,
go
huge.
pick up your t-shirts and your hoodies, man. Your baby bibs. You know, if you want to get your kids on Carnivore, get the baby bib, man. Get the proper human diet, Healing Humanity baby bib. We got the baby bibs available on your
yeah,
shop, Kerry?
Yep. The shirts.
I go on there right now. I can buy a baby bib.
I don't know about the bib part, but yeah, you could buy a small. You could use it. You could reuse a small shirt.
Come on, man. The bibs are available on there. All right, you guys, give us a couple days. We'll try to get the bibs up. You know, and they got onesies too.
Dr. Barry's bigger than I expected. That's what Rick said. Yeah, he's a big dude for sure. It's so funny. I got a bunch of comments like, man, Kerry, you're short. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. I'm average height. I'm 5'10", but Dr. Barry's abnormally tall. He's a huge guy.
Kerry, you didn't grow up on Carnivore, you know? So
right. Give me a little more time. I'm coming up on 1 year. I'm growing a little bit.
Wow. Yeah, you are. How many days are you on now, buddy?
Oh, you know what's crazy, JT? My favorite number in the world is 24. It just comes up for me everywhere.
You know, and everybody's, you know, after our last cooking for carnivores or cooking dinner for strangers, everybody kept messaging me. They're like, what's up with Kerry and the number 24? Do you want to address that, man?
My entire life, 24 has been my lucky number. And Adam and I joke about these weird things that happen in life where you keep seeing the same thing over and over again. No joke. Like everywhere I look, it'll be 24. If I ever get like a hotel room, it's 24. When we were knocking on doors of strangers, it was like, oh, that was 24. That was 24. Some of it I seek out or whatever. But when I filmed Dr. Barry, it happened to be my day 3/24 of Carnivore was the day I filmed Dr. Barry. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, that number comes up for me like crazy. I can't tell you how many times throughout the day I'll glance down at the clock and it'll be 11:24 or whatever. It's always coming up for me. It's my favorite number.
So now you guys you're in the know now on because they kept commenting. They're like, "What's up with 24?"
If shout out Jeff, if your favorite number is 24, the movie has to come out in the year 2024. That's going to be tight, Jeff. I know you want us to get it out. We're shooting for 2025 just because it's a lot of work. Filming a documentary, but following people for a year is the part that makes this a challenge coming out sooner than that. Bill's I think Bill,
It's
what
like
are you on?
Grand Theft Auto 6, man.
Yeah. And when we're still following more people that are just starting. So if we follow someone tomorrow, we got to follow them for another year. So that takes us to 2025 right there. But soon. And Jeff, buddy, you're in it. You're gonna get the sneak peek. You're gonna get the behind the scenes sneak peek before
Jeff
anyone else
says,
does.
"Let's go, let's go."
Yes. Oh, Jeff, by the way, buddy, I have a huge care package going out. A huge package. Jen, we're going to send it out today. Jeff, I sent you some. Sorry, we're just going to do some personal talk here. I sent you those Carnivore bars, and for some reason they rejected them. They're sending them back to me. I haven't got them back yet, Jeff, so I've been waiting. But I got a package with Healing Humanity shirts, bracelets. I've got a Keto Mojo for Ronnie Campbell. I've got some shirts for Dwight. So, Jeff, you're in charge. I think Jen's going to put a little sticker on each of them, but we got some care packages going out to some folks today. So,
Hey, just real quick, the Super Bowl's this weekend, Kerry.
yeah.
And Jeff was texting me that he saw my short on how to do carnivore nachos, and he said he's gonna be making a bunch of carnivore nachos
Oh,
for the
nice.
Super Bowl. And I just wanted to know, what are you guys cooking for the Super Bowl? Anything special? Are you making some more carnivore brats, Kerry?
I still have a couple brats left. I'm not making anything special. I don't know. I forgot that it's on Sunday, so I'm going to be at the movie. Yeah, nothing special for me. It's just going to be a regular day, but the brats would be good. Oh, you know what I'll do special? I'm going to do this. Chicken wings. Buffalo wings. I've been having a craving for those. I got some from Costco, so I'm going to throw some of those in the air fryer.
Nice. That sounds good.
Shout out Bill Knott, day 204.
Says that's a 24 with a 0 in the middle.
Yes, it is. There it is. Everyone watch today. You're going to see 24 a million times now. Just trust me.
Yeah, and then also, what are your guys' predictions? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? I'm guessing San Francisco will win. What do you think, Kerry?
Yeah, 49ers. That's what I'm going with. Wait, who are they? Who are they playing?
The Chiefs.
Right. Okay. Oh, well, I take that back. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Oh, now we can root against each other.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was thinking the 49ers.
Oh, down, Kerry.
But Mahomes, man, that guy's a beast.
Yeah, the Bears. Go Bears. Oh, no. It sounds like, is that my dad in the chat? Go Bears. No, just messing with you, Jason. My dad is a big Bears fan, and he's been born and raised in Wisconsin. I think he just likes to fight with everybody in Wisconsin he can come across. Making heart attack wings, Rick, I think I am, dude. That sounds delicious. Heart attack wings and probably maybe carnivore nachos too. That sounds good, man. Jeff got me really thinking about that. So I do think I want some carnivore nachos for the Super Bowl game.
Yeah, we got to see those carnivore nachos. That sounds good.
Yeah, pork rinds, man.
Oh, right.
Meat over it and then put the cheese on it. And if you don't want to buy your own pre-shredded cheese, because I know sometimes they use oil when they're just get a brick and a shredder and then put that over the meat once you put it down on the pork rinds, and you're good to go, man.
Maybe some steak strips, like little fajita strips of steak on there, a little bit of chicken.
Let's go, man. You might as well add some bacon onto them nachos too, then.
Right? Yeah.
You get the good some type of Mexican cheese and shred that right over. Get like a big brick of it in your own shredder and just shred your own, so there's no oil involved. Yeah, I can't believe we almost forgot to mention the Super Bowl, because that's one that's going on. So
yeah,
we got a couple Niners I saw, so it looks like Kerry's outnumbered here. Niners.
Yeah, I really honestly don't care that much, but I'll be watching. It'll be fun.
I wish my Packers would have made it. I would have cared more.
for sure. Yeah, man, they were doing so good near the end too there.
They
Um,
did a lot better than I thought they would. Let's just say that.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, that reminded me. So every Sunday now, Jen and I are doing a movie theater live stream. It's been really fun, JT. You got to talk about movies, the movie theater. What's your favorite movie? What you've been watching? It's been a blast.
That's
And
a fun one.
on Sunday, my buddy, he runs the theater in Watertown. His name is Matt. He's the nicest dude ever. When we took over the theater, I was clueless. Like a lot of stuff you can learn on YouTube, you can't really learn how to run on YouTube. There's not a lot of movie theater owners talking about it. So we went to the Watertown Theater. My aunt said, "Check it out. It's really cool. It's an older theater." Well, long story short, I talked to the manager, Matt, and I'm like, "We're thinking of reopening the Montello Theater." He's like, he did the Dr. Barry finger. Okay, I made that part up, but this is what he meant to do. He's like, "Come back after the movie," and he had a binder full of paper. And then he started calling me, and he's coaching me and helping me and guiding me. He's like, "You got to talk to this guy. You got to do this." He saved our lives with the movie theater. Like, I don't know how we would have had. Nicest, sweetest guy. Didn't want anything in return. He's just a nice guy.
You have to
I
show me
always
the theater next time I come out.
Oh, dude, if you're ever in Watertown, take the family there. Their prices, their movies are $4. Brand new movies. Brand new movies. It's they're cheaper than Montello Theater. It's the lowest priced theater in Wisconsin. They have 2 screens. It's an older theater, so they got the history and everything set up. But he's just the coolest guy. Long story short, he's going to be a guest on Sunday. He's like, "I'd love to join you guys." And this dude, he's run all the theaters in Milwaukee. You're like, I don't know if you remember, JT, like some of the old theaters. There was like the Oriental. There used to be one downtown Milwaukee. Like, man, it was like you'd go in there. It was like an opera house. It's crazy.
There was one in Milwaukee. I forgot what it's called. It was a one screen thing.
Yeah.
I forgot what road that was on, but they would never show like new movies. They were like always like kind of rerun movies. But I liked it though. It was like a little budget film theater.
Yep.
I forgot what
So
they called it.
this guy lives and breathes movies. Like he's better than a movie critic. He's seen all the movies because he worked at his movie theaters, different movie theaters, all of his life. He's run small movie theaters, large movie theaters. So he's coming on, but he's like, "Not this Sunday, dude. The Super Bowl." I'm like, "Oh, that's right." So next Sunday he's gonna come on. That's gonna be a lot of fun picking his brain, seeing what favorite movies he had. He had his birthday, and his girlfriend called me, and he's like, he's such a movie geek. It would make his day if he could come watch a movie at your theater. I'm like, done. He has the whole theater to himself. So him and his girlfriend came and they streamed a movie on the screen, just the two of them. It was the coolest thing. I was so happy we were able to do that for him. So
Yeah, we watched a couple YouTube videos on yours, and man, I'm telling you, you've got the setup, dude, man. That's why, and it's so fun to like take it a step further, man, and add the mascots and for me to donate some ticket money for these kids. Like, what a fun night, man, at a fun place.
it's going to be awesome.
Making
Hey,
memories they'll never forget, man.
I'm challenging you, JT. I upped it. You totally upped it. Like I never would have done it without you. So all credit to JT. But when I wore the suit the following day, I went even more nuts. I timed it. I'm like, okay, the movie started in 4 minutes. I went in the theater because we were mostly outside when you were there. I went in at the end and I kept doing this thing where there's some steps right next to this. Go down the steps with like 3 minutes before the movie, and then I'd peek my head out, and the kids would all be like, "Ooh!" And then I'd shut the door, and then I'd wait. I'd sit there with the Dr. Barry figure. I'd wait like a minute, and then I'd peek back out. And they go, "Ooh!" And then on like the third time, I'd run out. And I put my hands in the air, and it just everyone was clapping and applauding. It was the coolest thing ever.
Kids love it, man. They love that type of stuff. It's like when you go to Universal Studios or like Disney World, like the characters are all walking around. Like Mickey, he hasn't been in a movie for 60 years, but he's walking around every day. So it's it adds to the atmosphere, and then if we can also save a couple parents a couple bucks. I ain't paying for the parents, but I'll pay for the kids. 50 kids get in. It's no problem. And that's just the first movie, man. Maybe the next one we'll do Minions.
Yeah. Well, the big one that's going to be,
crazy.
I can't wait for is Mario when the new Mario movie comes out. Mario
Probably next year.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a while, but I got the Mario's
coming out again next year.
suit too. See, now I got to see JT. You got the Kung Fu Panda suit. That's just incredible. That's going to be so awesome. I got the Mario suit. I haven't worn it yet. Maybe I'll break that out when you're there.
Let's go, man.
Why not? The kids will.
Let's go. And the girls, my my mom was coming with me, so if you guys want to meet my mother too, you guys can and come out to the theater, man.
Nice.
March 8th, and she's gonna help pass out the little gift bags.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
I can't wait. Well, I'm actually going to be starting to work on that. I'm going to start working on the handwritten cards today with my mom when we get done with the podcast here. So it's gonna take a little bit of effort, but I hate getting those cards where it's printed in there. I'm like, you couldn't even take the time to write in here, like, and you want me to keep this card? Like, come on.
Right.
So I'm making sure mine is going to be handwritten, for the kids, just thanking them for coming out and having fun at the Montello Theater. It's gonna be awesome, man. I'm excited.
One more thing on the theater that's awesome and exciting. We got to figure this out, JT. I want to do it. I got to stop talking about it. A meetup at Montello Theater, a carnivore
Good.
meetup. We should just pick a date and do it.
Absolutely.
I'm almost wondering now when you're coming up. Maybe we do it. Oh, it's probably too much then. You're coming up on the Friday.
I'm coming up on Friday. I'm bringing my mom, so she wants to go back home, so I have to go back down. But otherwise, if it's a time where I come up by myself again, we can do whatever. Maybe we could pick a weekend where we could go do some cooking for strangers, and then have it lead into an event at the theater.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can get the torch done. We set a date after the torch is ready.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So
Yeah.
if maybe if you wanted to come watch the torch early, we have an event at the movie theater, like
Yeah, that's a good one.
a sneak preview before it hits the
The
interwebs.
masses? Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
cool idea.
and then it's kind of fun. We do like a meet and greet and a hangout, and everybody gets to just watch the torch and get excited and meet each other. I think it'd be awesome, man. And then we
Yeah,
could go out to eat too if you wanted to.
right. And we could potentially pull one of the carnivore doctors in and have him on the screen. That's what I'm excited for. I could set up my laptop in the front. We could have Dr. Hampton.
Drive up to Montello.
He might. I hate asking him because he's so busy, but he might. But even if he didn't, we could have him or Dr. Chafee or someone on the screen, and they could actually, with the laptop, they could see the audience, and the audience could raise their hand, and they could actually ask questions and interact with them on the big screen. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think, yeah. So if you can't make it up, yeah, I think we can do something big, man. Either we go out to eat or we cook some steaks at the homestead. I know you got the parking.
Yeah, right. Jeff, how about a carnivore meetup at the theater for opening the trailer? There you go. Yeah, you and JT, great minds think alike. That is a good
So
idea.
I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that.
Homestead, how when are you officially going to change the channel name to Healing Humanity? I don't know if I'm going to. We have a separate channel for Healing Humanity. I've thought about it. It's so confusing, I know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of the movies, like and movie the film companies, they all got the YouTube channel for their own content. So I think it's only proper if Healing Humanity had its. That way,
For
when the
sure.
movie gets out there, people can go and keep up with it on the YouTube channel.
We're getting some crazy comments, JT, about suntan lotion now. Should we talk about this real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to wearing sunblock even while being carnivore. Meat is neat and skin cancer is real.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if
We
you
got
think it's
arguments going back and forth.
yeah, Dr. Chafee says, and you should look it up. Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, she talks about not wearing suntan lotion and getting that vitamin D on your skin directly from the sun. Check out Dr. Lisa Wiedemann on that, because she's gonna have the best information. And
Yeah.
she's always tan, and she looks phenomenal, man. She's killing it, man, on her carnivore diet.
Here's my advice. Here's my professional recommendation, as I'm not a doctor. You should do whatever you think is best for you. I'm not telling anybody to do whatever they want. For me, I'm not wearing sunblock. I wore sunblock my entire life, and about 10 years ago, I got skin cancer on my ear, and I was wearing sunblock. And I was young, so it's kind of a crazy thing. But everyone's different. I know what Dr. Chafee said. Some other people in the comments are saying, you're wrong about the sunblock. Why are you going in the sun and then blocking it? Doesn't make any sense. That's kind of my thought on the topic at this point. But that's just me. I'm not telling anybody what to do. If you feel like you want to wear suntan lotion, go for it.
No, I'll let Dr. Lisa Wiedemann do it. So that's my suggestion. She makes videos about it. almost on a monthly basis. So you
Yep.
should really check her out.
Chafee's done a couple too. That's my biggest thing. I agree with TJ here. We need sun on our skin and our eyes. It's insane to me that we sit inside these buildings all day under fluorescent lights, and then we're just itching to get outside so bad and get some sun. And then we lather suntan lotion all over our entire body, so we literally get no sun. And then we come back in the house, showered off, and sit under fluorescent lights again. My question is, what was the prevalence of skin cancer before the invention of sunblock since the start of time for humans? Were people just dropping of skin cancer left and right over and over again?
And I bet if anybody knew that, it's probably Dr. Chafee.
Yeah, and his thing was a lot of the problems with getting sunburn and sun cancer and things like that is inflammation. So do we stop the inflammation, or do we continue the inflammation and then try to fix that by putting suntan lotion over it? For me, I'm stopping the inflammation, and I just don't get burnt anymore. I've tested it quite a bit. It's crazy. We went kayaking, JT, in the sun, just baking, and 3 of us were carnivores and 4 weren't. And the ones that weren't were just cooked. They were just cooked, and the 3 of us that were carnivores, it's like, the skin got just a little red, and then the next day it was perfectly fine. There's something to that because so many people overcome crazy skin issues when they do carnivore diet. And I believe it's because they're reducing their inflammation. They don't have the seed oils in their body. They're less susceptible to getting burned for those reasons. There's something going on there for sure. Not for everyone, but again, my biggest advice is you do you, I'll do me. Everyone, you want to wear suntan lotion, go for it. You don't want to wear suntan lotion, that's your decision.
Yeah, I got a question for the crowd here, Kerry.
Yeah.
Let me see here. 1 second. I just want to share the screen here. Right here. Have you guys heard of this YouTube channel? Victory Outdoor Services. We're trying to cook a steak for Ryan and his crew. If anybody is a subscriber of his channel, hit him up on the video and tell him to do a carnivore dinner with strangers video with Kerry and JT here, because we'd love to cook a steak for Ryan, man. He's the dude, man, and he's a local guy here out in Brookfield. I'm in Mequon here. Kerry's out in Montello, so it's nice. This is another Wisconsin YouTuber. I was just curious if you guys have checked out his channel or not, but it's got a fun channel, and we would love to. He already eats carnivore sometimes on some of his meals,
Right.
And he's on his weight loss journey. He's been working out and stuff. So, man, we'd love to link up with him. So I just wanted to put that out there, see if anybody.
It's funny you mentioned that, JT. When I had the big brat party, some of my cousins came over, and I didn't bring it up. They were talking about different YouTube channels, and they mentioned Victory Outdoor Services. I'm like, what is Providence again? Like, I never heard of this guy. I saw 1 or 2 of his videos. And then, so yeah, JT, you talked to him a little bit. He seems interested, but he had some big event coming up. Maybe he'll have us out there. That'd be a lot of fun.
I called him, unfortunately, right before he was going to like World of Concrete. It's an event I guess he does every year, and he probably just got busy at the time. So maybe we'll have to shoot him another email or something. But if you guys are subscribed to his channel and check him out, man, throw him a comment and say, man, let's eat some ribeyes, some steaks with JT and Kerry. Let's go.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, this has been a fun episode, man. We jam-packed a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, we covered a bunch. This has been great. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. All the great questions. Everyone's got to go check out JT's video. JT and my video, our video, right? We did that one together.
Video, yep. And
on JT's channel.
Kerry gets so many beginners. And I've been getting more too lately on my channel, but he's literally like, he got me started on this diet. Graham, a bunch of people have started because of Kerry. And I was telling him, I'm like, dude, you need a video where you teach people, how some tips and what's helped you for beginners. So I just feel like he needs a couple beginners videos. There's a lot of them he starts. So it's about time.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. I've seen some from Dr. Barry and Dr. Chafee. Those are some of the most popular videos out there, how to get started on carnivore and things to think about. I'm dropping off now. I'm going to go watch it myself because we filmed it a little while ago. I'm interested to see what we put together. So go check that out. There's a link to JT's channel in the description below.
Yeah, and we're going to get more beginners after the movie drops. I cannot wait.
100%.
100%.
Awesome. I'm excited, JT. This is good stuff. Can't wait for the big movie theater event. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Let's go. Beep.